everyone, this is Neronium. Welcome back to Shadow Generations. Last time, we ended up beating Neo Devil Doom. And I realized that there is a trophy I do not have before we can go into the area. So we gotta activate Doom Zone. And we gotta fight Devil Doom again and not get hit. Lord. Yeah, turns out there's a trophy for not getting hit for Devil Doom, just like there is for Time Eater. I hit the wrong button.
Surpass you. This isn't good.
Okay, that actually looked kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie. When I accidentally hit boost right there, that actually looked kind of cool.
Splendid, Shadow. Truly splendid. Instrument, a testament to my bloodline. See yourself as what you really are.
I am nothing. I have surpassed you. Time to end this once and for all.
is already decided. We will be one.
I will not be stopped.
Alright, that should be, yep, untouchable. I didn't get hit, and it didn't take as long as the time meter. Oh god, I'm not gonna look forward to the time meter. This will be the 4th time I've ever had to do untouchable with the time meter. That's 4 times. That's 3 times too many.
Cannot deny what you are. We are one and the same.
I am Shadow Hedgehog. This is the destiny I choose. Now, to end this!
I crafted everything up till now. And yet, you deny me! Shadow,
And there we go. So, let's deactivate this. Yep, reverse Doom Zone. Alright, so with that, we actually have every trophy that is available inside of the Shadow Generations portion of Sonic Generations, which actually I believe is half of the trophies of the thing. Nope, just about half though. So just to show you, because I don't care about spoiling that, we got Shadow Generations hedgehogging it all up. Get all collectibles in Shadow Generations. Apparently the thing did count as it. All collectible boxes. Rocket has been completed. Generations mission accomplished. Clear all challenge acts in Shadow Generations. Ultimate Lifeform, get S ranks in all acts in Shadow Generations, so you do not need to do the Doom Wing ones in order to do that. You just need base ones for it. You have no idea how long it took me to find out that was the case. Untouchable, take no damage from the final boss and clear the stage in Shadow Generations. All stages clear. Mephiles, Metal Overlord, Biolizard, Radical Highway Act 2, Chaos Island restored, Sunset Heights restored, Kingdom Valley restored, Rail Canyon restored, Space Colony Arc restored. So that takes care of that. Shadow Generations has been done 100%. Fun fact too, I found out, the reason why this one is rainbow. I beat this with more than 10 seconds. If you beat it with more than 10 seconds, you get a rainbow. Am I gonna do rainbows for everything? No. When I have limits to my patience. I know. Oh, these have a rainbow too. I must have done this one. So, let's go to the collection room. We got our flicky clock. We got all of our movies, all 24 of them. Characters. We got Shadow. At first glance, Shadow looks like a grim version of Sonic. In fact, he is the ultimate life form created by Dr. Eggman's grandfather, Professor Gerald. The professor was a genius and developed Shadow to have the ability of chaos control, allowing him to warp space-time with the power of a Chaos Emerald. Shadow will use any means necessary to achieve his goals. E102 2-3 Omega. Omega is the last and strongest of Dr. Eggman's E-100 series of robots. He seeks revenge for being sealed away and unused. His rampage is meant to prove he is the strongest of all. He is heavily armored and his massive arm cannons contain a wide variety of weapons that can cycle in replacing his hands. Big the Cat, a gentle giant with a surprisingly hidden strength. He enjoys eating, sleeping, and fishing. He lives a carefree life in the great outdoors and his best buddy, Froggy. However, if his friends are in trouble, he'll do his best to help them out. I like to think he's living off the grid and he is not paying taxes. Maria Robotnik. Maria is the granddaughter of Professor Gerald and the cousin to Dr. Eggman. She is plagued by chronic illness, but doesn't diminish her courage and loving heart. She was sent to the Ark for treatment and grew up alongside Shadow. She dreamed one day being cured and returning to Earth she loved and missed so much. However, she was lost to a tragedy, and now Shadow carries on her wish for the world. Professor Gerald Robotnik, the greatest scientific genius of all time and the creator of Shadow. Unlike his grandson, Dr. Eggman, he was driven by benevolent ambitions. He designed the space colony Ark and a variety of devices that could use the Chaos Emeralds. However, some of his top-secret research went haywire, resulting in a catastrophe. The result in the military's intervention, the tragic loss of Maria, and Gerald's arrest. Orbot. Robot attendant to Dr. Eggman. He's intelligent, proper, and follows orders faithfully. However, his sarcasm gets on Dr. Eggman's nerves. He often has to correct his mistakes of his companion, Cubot. Cubot, a robotic attendant to Dr. Eggman. He's friendly and laid back, but not as bright as his counterpart, Orbot. He's extremely loyal, but lacks initiative and always waits to be given orders, which frustrates Dr. Eggman. Even though Orbot's always picking up the slack, they still get along very well. Alright. Then we got all the music. We got Vengeance is Mine for Radical Highway, Rhythm and Balance for White Jungle, Mr. Unsmiley for Skyrail. I didn't realize Mr. Unsmiley was the official name of that track. The Supernatural for Final Chase, Event, Sonic vs. Shadow, For True Story, Sonic vs. Shadow, Supporting Me, BioLizard. Wait, For True Story, Sonic. Oh, okay, I get it. Supporting Me for BioLizard. Bingo Highway. Final Fortress, which was actually the final song we got in the game, which is kind of funny. Westopolis, Digital Circus, Glyphic Canyon, Lethal Highway, Black Bull, Cryptic Castle, Prison Island, Central City, The Doom. I'm actually I'm not surprised that most of the songs are from Shadow the Hedgehog. Sky Troops, the best one. Best stage theme. Death Ruins, Blue Falcon, Iron Jungle, Space Gadget, Lost Impact. These are Space Gadget. Was it Lost Impact? This one's also a good one. But it reminds me that I have to kill artificial chaoses and they're all hidden and I don't like it. Black Comet, Lava Shelter, Cosmic Fall. Cosmic Fall is good. One of my favorites. Final Haunt, The Last Way, White Acropolis, Flame Core, Radical Train, For True Story, Circuit Frequency Remix, Shadow the Hedgehog, from Shadow Generations, Episode Shadow, Enemy Territory, Eggman's Facility, and Virtual Reality. Now on to the art. We've got Shadow the Hedgehog box art, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle box art, Sonic Heroes box art, different regions actually, Sonic the Hedgehog box art. What are the differences between the two? Sonic Forces box art, Shadow 2D Poses 1, 2D Poses 2, 3D CG Poses 1, 3D CG Poses 2, Sonic X. These are clearly Sonic X. Sonic X. Shadow 2D Illustrations. Team Dark 3D CG. These are from Heroes. Sonic X Animation Collection. Sonic Rivals 2 Announcement Visual. No. Poster art. key art for 06. Sonic Adventure 2 Battle 2D illustration. Another one. 2D illustration. Shadow color palette. Super shadow color palette. Shadow texture settings. 06 Shadow Super Shadow. Shadow the Hedgehog. No, that's actually from 06, I think. Yeah, because it's a gun bike. Across multiple titles, we got Riders, we got Sonic Adventure 2 Battles multiplayer mode, and we got Sir Lancelot from Sonic and the Black Knight. This is 06, Black Arms, Black Warrior, Doom's Eye, Black Doom, Sonic the Hedgehog 3D CG enemies, bosses, Shadow scale size is only 110 centimeters. Shadow CG face. Space Colony Arc prototypes. Heroes concept art. I like the Eggman base one. Heroes concept art 2. Frog Forest concept art. The Egg Fleet, the best stage in Sonic Heroes. I don't care if Seaside Hill is the more iconic one. Egg Fleet is the best one. Shadow Room. Metal Madness for Metal Overlord. Final Fortress. Metal Overlord character sheet. Sonic Battle character sheet. Sonic Battle character sheet 2. Sonic the Hedgehog rough CG sketch. Shadow the Hedgehog concept art. I was right, this is from Shadow the Hedgehog because these are the things that get destroyed when the Eclipse Cannon fires in a dark playthrough. Shadow the Hedgehog, Glyphic Canyon? Might be Glyphic Canyon. Black Comet? This is Prison Lane, Lava Fortress, Eggman Circus, the Flying Creature concept art, Shadow concept art 9, 10. I love this one. This one's so good because you can see just how destroyed Gerald was when Maria died. Shadow the Hedgehog, Black Warrior, Black Doom character sheet, Doom's Eye character sheet. Okay, so this is a Shadow the Hedgehog one. That's the egg carrier from Sonic 06. I mean, he had similar design crafts, I guess, in Shadow the Hedgehog, but that's more the egg carrier from 06. Shadow the... No, that's Sonic 06. That's Sonic 06. Circle icons. I like the second one. That's a really good one. That is actually unofficial merchandise. Shadow the Hedgehog opening storyboard. Sonic Battle box art. Sonic Adventure 2 Battle CG. Beta Shadow design that I don't like. Still don't like it. Shadow line art. Rouge, Knuckles, Shadow rough sketch. I find it funny that they put a rough sketch for Mystic Mansion. Common gimmicks, jungle gimmicks, Sonic Forces, Frog Force stage sketch. Then Heroes Casino Park stage sketch. It's time for pinball. Shadow the Hedgehog initial image sketch. You see the... Interesting. Shadow the Hedgehog initial image sketch 3. That's BioLizard, isn't it? Oh, these must have been the initial concept designs of it being like BioLizard pulling the Eclipse Cannon and everything. And then we got the computer room. Different cutscene ones. I remember these. Shadow driving a car. Space Colony Arc. More Space Colony Arc. Devil Doom boss fight, the original one. Devil Doom sketch. That is Bio-Lizard. Why does he look like a pterodactyl with that? Why does he have 4 legs? Everyone knows he only has 2. I bullied that poor thing in this playthrough. More Shadow the Hedgehog stuff. Yeah, this is Shadow the Hedgehog. Gimmicks. And there we go. That's all the artwork. Then we got the story. And Shadow can ride his bike. Shadow began life aboard the Ark. Oh, this is just recaps of all the games. You want to recap all the games? Go watch my playthroughs. I have a mega playlist that this game is part of. And all the other games are a part of too, including Sonic 06 and Shadow the Hedgehog. To getting to true ending, by the way. So yeah, that's pretty much everything. We got Gerald's journal. This is the last thing we're gonna go over. Front cover exterior. Property of Gerald Robotnik. This is the journal that started it all. Alright, so let us read this. Archival Requisitions Department. 2 commanders. Abraham Tower. Commander, your request for tangible evidence of the Ark incident 50 years ago produced very little results. Your predecessor was quite thorough in erasing the cover-up operation. However, Professor Gerald Robotnik's personal diary managed to survive. Ironically, we have Dr. Eggman to thank for finding it all. This journal was recovered during the investigation of Dr. Eggman's stronghold following the latest incident with the Ark. Unfortunately, time and tragedy have not been kind to the original journal. What you're holding now is all that remains of the original book. I'm afraid there's no way of recovering the elements. It's a pity, as I would have very much liked to have a greater insight into Gerald and Maria's lives too. Entry 42. So here are Eggman and Maria's fathers, right here. I take great pride in my research and discoveries. Few men are labeled as a genius in their own time, but nothing compares to my pride in my boys, blank and blank, redacted and redacted. They both graduated summa cum laude. I can never say that right. And in record time, no less. They'll have their doctorates in no time. It seems my passions for archaeology and robotics are split between them. But I guess that's what makes them chips off the old block. Oh, I can't wait to see what boons they bring to the world. Entry 162. I can't believe so much time has passed. It feels like yesterday I was celebrating my boys becoming men, and now I'm a grandfather. Her name is blank, and she is perfect in every way. She brings a smile to everyone's face, and everyone falls in love with her the moment they lay eyes on her. If nothing else, she is my legacy. Everything I do from this day forward will be for her. So that is Maria. So I deciphered the engravings on the ancient ring I found previous dig in it's probably Mystic Ruins jungle, and calculated the location of a fabled flying paradise. I went alone to verify my findings and was rewarded with spectacle of an angelic island. The land is vast and lush, hosted to a number of biomes in close proximity to each other. I believe I could see an entire city floating at one point. Most majestic of all was a shrine devoted to what appeared to be a massive blank. Could this be the legendary Master Emerald? I dared not approach or overstay my welcome. As much as I wanted to explore every inch of the island, I felt it was sacred land. Just setting foot on it felt taboo. I don't know if any civilization remains. The land is vast and my stay was brief, but the majesty of that emerald and shrine will stay with me for the rest of my life. Right? I'm about to embark on the most ambitious project of my life. The Earth's first orbital space colony will be the 9th wonder of the world. It will be a place of science researching all manner of ways to improve our home below. Seeing as it is a vessel meant to preserve life amid the harshness of space, I have christened it the Ark. It shall be a vessel to pass on the value of life and peace to the next generation. And while most of the megastructure will be hidden within the base planetoid, I may have gone a little self-indulgent in the design. The only real concern is the source of funding. While the United Federation supports us, most of our financing is coming from blank. I have no illusions about what they'll want, but I'm building the Ark to preserve life, not end it. While I have my concerns, I am a genius, so I'm sure I'll figure something out when the time comes. So he's probably referring to gun. Life aboard the Ark has been exciting for good and for ill. As a positive, we've acquired the legendary blank for our research. They are said to hold unlimited power. Okay, those are the Chaos Emeralds. And preliminary tests suggest some effect on time-space, bending reality to one's will. Imagine the possibilities. Sadly, blank is doing just that, but in all the wrong ways. The desire for weapons research is becoming increasingly overt and decreasingly polite. I use my clout to get a divot line for the president. A direct line to the president to ask him to intervene. He said he would, but then asked me for something equally obscene. He wanted me to discover the means to immortality. I aim to improve life, not pervert it. Everything gives way to entropy. The concept is laughable and intangible as a shadow. I refused him outright. In retrospect, perhaps we would have been more diplomatic. I would have been more diplomatic about it. Could have been. Sorry, cursive's not my best strong suit. I find myself on edge. Political pressures aside, I'm told blank is sick and with no clear diagnosis. I wish I could work it myself, but I'm needed aboard the Ark. Hopefully this will pass and she will recover soon. She is too precious to be left to suffer. The all-powerful Bloom. The heck? I have uncovered a most interesting specimen from the warehouse. He was first recovered by my son, Blank, who became quite the archaeologist. I believe it to be some sort of puppet or robot made by an ancient people. At first, I didn't think anything of it, but when I was experimenting the Blank, it began to move. This suggests the possibility that even the ancient civilizations could harness the power of their Chaos Emeralds. When I was researching various papers related to the Chaos Emeralds and this robot, I discovered that there is a possibility that the robot was something incredible. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but this robot may be the cause of the destruction of the fourth great civilization. I'm not sure I believe it just yet, though. This is data from Sonic Battle. Emerald was found. It was always implied that Emerald breaking out of containment was the one that caused the storming of the Ark along with the creation of Shadow. I'm no longer able to ignore the possibility Blank and the fact that destroying the fourth continent. Alright, most powerful weapons. Okay, so that's kind of... It has been a trying time, to say the least. Maria was diagnosed with neuroimmunodeficiency syndrome. There is no cure yet. I pulled some strings and had her brought aboard the Ark for treatment and assessment. The low gravity environment should help her keep her symptoms manageable. Her family has been less than enthusiastic with my decision. Despite everything, she remains the most positive person in the room. Most of the staff here left their families back on Earth, so I worried she'd feel lonely. Instead, she's become the adopted daughter to every researcher on the Ark. Moreover, she's become like a big sister to little Abraham, the Ark's happy little accident over the past few years. The president keeps prompting me with his quest to unlock the mysteries of life. Perhaps with his funding and clout, I can find a cure to Maria while chasing that shadow. Okay, here is artificial chaoses. Maria has dropped all pretenses. Gunn has dropped all pretenses and demanding weapon research in exchange for continued funding. I promised the president I'd begin working on Project Shadow. But even he couldn't get them to back down. It appears I have a gun to my head, or on the matter. Years ago, I discovered the research of the ancient god of destruction called Chaos. It was said to command the fury and force of the ocean, or something to that effect. We began developing a basic AI-driven apparatus that could generate cohesion in water and produce controlled shapes for basic actions. I've told the top brass these can turn any body of water into an autonomous weapon. Deep down, I'm hoping it can be used as easily deployed search and rescue units. Imagine a flood turned back on itself to the aids of those in rubble. Research into Project Shadow is in full swing. The first step has been to learn how to siphon chaos energy and apply it to the living tissue. To that end, I've developed the Chaos Drive. Direct application seems to be harsh. Any organism that could be directly interfaced with an emerald would be fearsome indeed. The initial tests were promising, so now we're beginning to move on the next stages in trial. I will be using salamanders for their regenerative abilities and manageable size. I will begin applying Chaos Drives to the test subject and see how its vitals respond. And, to keep Maria from breathing down my neck, I'm supplying... gun. See, the redactions are hard sometimes. We're applying them with Chaos Drives as batteries for their mechanized division. I loathe powering engines of war, but sacrifices have to be made if I'm to save Maria. I'll figure something out in the long run. I'm a genius after all. And we got a little bio lizard. There's the big bio lizard. Project Shadow has reached an impasse. The subject exhibits accelerated cellular growth to the point that it can't support its own biological systems. I developed an external life support system to compensate, but it will need to be upgraded and redesigned as the subject continues to grow. The way it thrashes and roars, it is uncontrollable. Furthermore, it is generating unexpected energetic reactions. Is this the expression of the Chaos Emerald power? Can a living thing produce such energy? Can it be controlled? There are too many questions, and unfortunately the answer lies in this bio lizard's life. I will keep it alive, as comfortable as I can until I have the answers I need. I found a region in the Ark that should be able to safely house it while we continue our experiments. I'm not sure what I will tell Maria. I do not want to lie to her, but I think the truth is too cruel. Maria is growing into a lovely young woman. It breaks my heart that someone as bright and energetic as her is diminished by disease. There are no visible effects, and I've caught my fellow researchers muttering to each other, doubting her illness. It is infuriating. I find all my research and restraint vanishes when she is slighted. And yet, she remains an unending front of positivity. Even on her worst days, when the fear and the pain take hold, she tells me she'll endure for the day when she can return home. She has total faith in me and that Project Shadow will cure her. Her family back on Earth has no such faith. It has been so long, some of the researchers actually think she was born here. Her family either wants her back or wants her home. Wants her better or wants her home. I can do neither. Somehow, their scorn is harsher than the government or the military's increasing pressure for more weapon research. Right? Desperate times call for desperate measures, and I am a desperate man. The Black Comet returned to Earth on its 50-year orbit. I had no idea it actually harbored, probably aliens. Aboard, it was Black Doom and the Black Arms. Somehow he knew about the Chaos Emeralds and seemed impressed by my work. He offered me a Faustian deal. Okay, my mistake. Using his DNA, I was able to overcome every hurdle Project Shadow had put before me. The small, sturdy biped I developed can perfectly interact with chaos energy. Black Doom wanted me to craft a herald for his future invasion. Gun wants Project Shadow to generate undying soldiers for them. I will play them both for fools. When I launched Project Shadow, initially I named it with the scorn and mockery. I was trying to grab a hold of an intangible goal. Later it sounded appropriately villainous as I was toying with the fundamentals of life itself. But then, Maria looked upon the unfinished specimen and put it into a whole new perspective. A shadow tells you which way to go and which way to find the light. In an instant, she cut through all my pessimism and doubt and filled me with hope. Shadow, as she's come to call him, will not be some dark creature but a champion for life and hope. I would hope to have seen that if not for Maria. She is truly a remarkable person who will do great wondrous things for the world. Alright, here comes the Eclipse Cannon research. I now understand why this being was named Gizoid. Oh, this is going to be on this. Gizoid. In the ancient tongue, it means everything. According to the stone tablet, if the Gizoid establishes a link with someone, the Gizoid will swear loyalty to that person. Perhaps it still lacks the Chaos Emerald energy, but it has been saying the word link to me in broken tones. It went on to explain, "Show me your true strength and I shall obey. I am all things and all shall belong to me." So as it suggested, I brought it before my collection of model guns and fired at them. Then suddenly he said, "I shall follow your every command and never leave your side." And since then, it refuses to listen to anyone but me. While it still is a fearsome weapon of destruction, while it remains under my control, at least it won't be used for evil. However, if someone with the evil intentions ever forms a link with the Gizoid, I don't even want to think of what could happen. I must research how one can reestablish the link with the Gizoid. The upper echelon is going crazy. Perhaps they aim to freeze Project Shadow. Soon the ultimate life form, Shadow, will be completed. The application to my granddaughter is also imminent. I cannot just let them stop my study at this point because I am the only one who can save my granddaughter's life. The higher-ups are threatening to shut down this research facility. I have no choice but to hand them Gizoid to buy more time for my research. I tried to be careful and commanded to never absorb any dangerous technologies. However, I have heard that other researchers have been making the Gizoid absorb weapons. Apparently, the way to cause the Gizoid to form a new link is to show it power that surpasses that of its former master. While this poses immediate danger, I cannot risk losing Maria. So, in Sonic Battle, this is another Sonic Battle thing. Yeah, there's a lot in Sonic Battle, actually. About Gun. The top brass still aren't satisfied. The Gizoid isn't big enough or flashy enough for them. Fine, I'm developing a weapon called the Eclipse Cannon to tap directly into the Arc Central Reactor to produce an unethical degree of firepower. They'll love it. However, to use it on any target on Earth would destroy the world. They'll never be able to fire it. Checkmate. It will, however, be the perfect tool to deal with the Black Comet when they return. Eclipse means shadow. This is the Eclipse Cannon, my gift to him in a battle he never asked for. I'm so sorry. So, the Gizoid issue was interesting. I'll get more into that later, but I'm really enjoying reading this. Maria doesn't know the full scope of what Shadow has been designed for. She understands he will be under tremendous strain. But she understands she will be under tremendous strain. She's helped me conceptualize a number of accessories that will help him focus his power and aid with his mobility. I'm also researching Chaos Control to see if I can gain an understanding of it before Shadow awakens. The power to stop time and space is incredible, and I don't want him to have to try and learn its intricacies on his own. Which is where the clock Chaos Controls came from. Oh, Maria designed his shoes. Deep down, I know this progress is superficial, tangential at best. The larger issue remains. Gun, the President, the Black Arms, my family. I've gleaned there's a rift growing between my sons. My love for them shouldn't be a divisive issue. I'm running out of time. It has been a whirlwind of events of late. Project Shadow is complete, and Shadow has awakened. I pre-programmed a great deal of data into his mind, but his ability to pursue it out and apply it in his situation is remarkable. All of his vitals are strong, and they seem to be no signs of instability or mutation. He stands in stark contrast to the monster we have sealed below decks. That's cute. But of all the successes of the physical and mental prowess comes second to his relationship to Maria. I had hoped they'd get along, but it's far better than that. She's his guide to the world, and he is her stalwart companion. Never have I seen an instant mutual friendship and trust between two beings. I am truly moved. They remind me of what I've been working so hard. They bring me hope. Back on Earth, my son's been blessed with. Oh, okay. My second son, Maria's parents, have been blessed with another little girl. They've already run two, and she has none of. Oh, they've already run tests, and she has none of the genetic markers linked to the neuroimmunodeficiency condition, which was welcome news. The unspoken commentary was received loud and clear. I must save Maria. I must get my family back. Shadow, you are the key to it all. Alright, here is the Gizoid. My worst fears have come true. The Gizoid has absorbed enough weapons and technology that it has started to go out of control. The resulting rampage results in the destruction of most of the Ark. I have deciphered the rest of the stone tablet. It says, when the Gizoid has learned all it could, it will become a god of wrath and all was destroyed. The researchers somehow managed to schedule the Gizoid, subdue the Gizoid and seal it away. Luckily, it only had one Chaos Emerald installed. If it were to have all 7 Chaos Emeralds installed, it might actually destroy the whole planet. The Gizoid is too much of a liability. I tried destroying its core, but nothing I did worked. I understand too little of the technology that built him. My best hope is to try and reprogram its AI into a free-willed, emotionless AI. I've lost track of the days. It's not very scientific of the I'm strained. Something has blanked. The Gizoid's rampage caused the artificial chaos to behave erratically to regain network control by inheriting the polarity. Instead, they became violent. Shadow raced across the Ark, pacifying them quite expertly, but the damage is done. And SOS went to the gun automatically. Dread the litigious reprimanding that I have to endure next. Which parts I dig out? Gizoid. Form. If power is what you want to be obtained for oneself, but what is to be the form of the hearts that yearn for someone. Can't believe. Bring hope to humanity. Okay, but then the military guard landed and destroyed the research project. Now I found Maria's name among those who died when the Ark was shut down. She meant everything to me, and I couldn't bear the thought that she died because of my research. I lost everything. I had nothing more to live for. I went insane. All I could think about was to avenge her, somehow, some way. I got scared as I was no longer able to control my thoughts. All I could think about was that I wanted it all to end. Based on my original projections, I was able to complete my project, Shadow. I designed its mind to be perfect, pure. I will leave everything to him. If you wish, release and awaken him to the world. If you wish to fill the world with destruction. And there we go. Inventory ID code, internal use only, property of the Eggman Empire. So this, a lot of people miss this. This right here, the Gizoid incident, is what sparked the gun having to invade the Ark and ended up causing everyone to shut down and be killed. Well, those who died. So it was the Gizoid Emerald that caused all of it. That's actually explained in Sonic Battle, but not many people played Sonic Battle, so not many people really understood it. This was really good. I really like this. So there we go. That is the story of Gerald Robotnik. A man who started off with good intentions, but was forced to make drastic decisions and ultimately went insane because of the military. Weaponry! Yay! But with that, this long episode is finally done. Shadow Generations is finished. Who knows what the future holds for Shadow, but I hope it's a good one. But anyway, everyone, I'm going to end it off right here. This has been Neronium, and I thank you all for watching this bonus episode of Shadow Generations. Hey, thanks for watching. If you want to check out Shadow's last own solo adventure, check out the top link for a playthrough of Shadow the Hedgehog, done on the Nintendo GameCube. And for a different type of Sonic Generations, check out the bottom link for a playthrough of Sonic Generations, done on the Nintendo 3DS.